Hi there, I'm Zalora. For additional free content and to join the crew community, go to traktician.co.za. Links in pinned comment. The sign up is completely free. Come join us there. Enjoy the reaction.
Okay, so Rennie's back, Rennie's healthy, and I'm very glad to hear that. Now, he dropped a new track called Money Tars. I'm a little bit late to it. I think he might have dropped it about a week ago. I'm not sure, but lots of people have been requesting it, not reacting to it. Obviously, maybe reacting to it, but requesting it. And they've been asking me to do it, so let's rock and roll. Let's see what we got.
Godliness with contentment is great gain. For we brought nothing into the world, and we cannot take anything out of the world. But if we have food and clothing, with these we will be content. But those who desire to be rich fall into temptation, into a snare, into many senseless and harmful desires that plunge people into ruin and destruction.
While that is true, and while I do agree with that, it is also just human nature. Greed is human nature, even back in the bartering days before all of these monetary systems, reserve banks and all that kind of vibe, where money really became sort of people's god. Actually, people always attached them to some sort of god, whether it be gold, whether it be to possessions or whatever else, right? They always had their golden calf, and that always came with greed. That's just how human beings were, right? But what really changed society was actually the systems that were put in place to actually control that kind of corruption, right? We were actually supposed to do it better, and we always sort of struggle because these slimy, slippery, powerful people and politicians, right, which are very much intertwined, kind of dismantle it as time goes, and then society collapses, and then society rebuilds, and then things get put in place that make society better, and then society gets more privileged, and then society gets more greedy, and then society starts becoming very depraved once again, and then on the merry-go-round we go, right? Because that's the way it is, right? And that's why I hate that tagline where it's like tax the rich. You can tax them all you want. If you can sit there and say tax the rich, it's because you don't understand how money works, right? Because money moves upwards. The system's designed for money to move upwards, right? And when they say that, they're literally just throwing a tagline so that you can just blindly just completely parrot for them, right? So that they get away with the fact that they're actually not plugging corruption loopholes. No, when have you ever heard a politician come out and say, you know what, fuck the tax the rich, fuck all that kind of thing. You motherfuckers are extracting money out of our country, right? You're extracting money out of our country and you're putting them in shelf corporations and in tax havens, right? And that's what we should really be looking into. But no one ever runs on that. Nobody ever runs on that corruption. Nobody ever runs on plugging that loophole. Why? Because politicians use those fucking loopholes. You can tax the rich as much as you fucking like, right? If you think that that's a great slogan to throw out, you can think all of the rich are going to stay rich, right? Because they are asset rich. They don't have liquid money lying around for the government to take, right? They always keep their money moving. You cannot tax moving money. It's just, that's the way it is. They understand the system. The system's been designed that way, right? And the middle class always pays the taxes. That's always how it is. The poor, right, they don't make enough to pay the taxes. The rich, the system's designed for them to hide their money so that they don't pay the taxes, and the middle class pay the taxes. They always get squeezed until such a point that you either break into the poor bracket, right, and you can't afford shit, or you break into the rich bracket and you play the system like they do. Anyway, moving on.
Love of money is a root of all kinds of evils. It is through this craving that some have wandered away from the path and pierced themselves with the many pangs of greed.
Money makes the world go round. Money makes a pure man lawless, proud. Money makes a man's verb consummate the noun. Cause an action to a thing is inspired by the pound or the dollar. False prophet, preach profit, and we follow. When the scholar teach dishonor, that's a bitter pill to swallow.
Wait a second. He said so much there that is absolutely fucking fire. Money makes the world go round. What actually seems to be making the world go round at the moment is fucking murder, never mind money. That's a line by a collar, and it seems to be very true day by day. Carol.
It is through this craving that some have wandered away from the path and pierced themselves with the many pangs of greed.
Money makes the world go round. Money makes a pure man lawless, proud. Money makes a man's verb consummate the noun. Cause an action to a thing is inspired.
You see, this is why Ren is just a fucking... He's a cut above the fucking rest, right? Because people don't write music like this anymore. They don't write music like this anymore. So expressive, so clever. Money makes the verb consummate the noun. So clever, the verb being the action. Consummate means complete. Noun means what's to come. It's the action, right? Not the action, sorry, it's the outcome. So the action completes the outcome, right? Now that is open to interpretation, specifically when you're talking about monetary things, when you're talking about money. You can say, okay, so money, right? The action of what you do with your money will complete the outcome. If you're evil, if you use your money towards evil, the outcome will be evil. If you use your money towards good, your money will go towards being good, essentially. So at the end of the day, money doesn't have to be evil. It's how we use it. Instead of it being a fucking tool, we decide to use it as a weapon, and somehow we get a kick out of that, right? We get a kick out of the fact that, my money, right? We get a kick out of the fact that me being rich is somehow great. Actually, let me put it a different way. Someone being poor, right, gives me a kick that I'm rich, essentially. I'm talking this in generalities, not me specifically, or anyone specifically. But it's like people are getting a kick out of that kind of thing, right? Where they're looking down on people and say, whoa, okay, I'm way past the fucking grassroots. You are grassroots, and you can see it from your elites today. You can see it from your elites, your Hollywood stars and all of that. And these are the people that will stand up on stage and they will talk about their fucking ethical mores, and they'll talk about their morality, and they'll talk about all of that. And these are the most vile fucking people who literally keep all of the secrets within their little cabal, right? And they are the most depraved, most hedonistic, soulless cocksuckers on earth. But yet they'll stand on a stage and accept an award and be like, they will give you a lecture on fucking morality. But their money, their verb, right, consummates a noun that is very fucking negative behind the scenes. Anyway, very fucking clever. I love Ren when I just love Ren. I just love it when Ren writes his fucking music because the guy is super smart. Let's go.
It's inspired by the pound or the dollar. False prophet, preach profit, and we follow. When the scholar teach dishonor, that's a bit the pill to swallow. The biggest bank robber are the banks and the politicians.
When the scholar teaches dishonor, that's a bitter pill to swallow. And you see that a lot in the universities today. The universities, so there's always two wings to these very powerful universities, right, in the United States, but they were very powerful. The academic side, and then you had the power side, right? You always had the power and you had the academia. You had the brightest minds, you had the sharpest minds, and you had the hardest elbows. That's literally how it always was in academia, right? Specifically in things like, in places like Harvard, Yale, all those very MIT, whatever it was, right? You're always going to play the political game, which was the hardest elbows, and that's the politics, and then you're going to have the sharpest minds. But the sharpest minds were untainted, right? The sharpest minds there used to be like a divide where it's like, okay, we'll play our politics, but we ensure that the sharpest minds remain untouched because these are the people that are literally building the future, right? That's now all been muddied. Politics has just made its way into fucking academia and it's wrecking it, absolutely wrecking, all under the veil of compassion, all under the veil of inclusion and all that kind of thing, which is a good thing. It's a good thing, right? But when it comes to those institutions, what makes them great is actually exclusion. And we're not talking about race, we're not talking about any of that kind of thing. We're literally talking about you exclude the people that are not exceptional, because the people that are exceptional, right, are the ones that should be in those institutions, should be developing greater things for humanity, because at the end of the day, that all bleeds down the line, that all bleeds into humanity down the line, right? And humanity benefits from their brilliance, but we're not doing that anymore. We're destroying those institutions, that we're literally landing up in a world with very, very dumb people and very, very powerful fucking weapons, which is not really a great recipe. Anyway, moving on.
But judiciary are whores, what a shock. When we lose sight of live and let live, forget your soul is made much richer by the love that you give. If you're living just to make a living, that's all that is. And when you're lying, slowly dying, well you die with a grin. Now digging up the root of evil, money tool like a blade. You can slice across the jugular or carve and create. But when the money ain't the means, but the means is the money, you start to compromise ideals for dollars, morals get bloody. Now let me tell you a little story.
When the money isn't the means and the means is the money, right? It's very clever, right? So people would say money is a means to an end, but money is a tool. It's all it ever was meant to be. It's meant to, if you need to do something, I don't know, let's use anachronistic technology over here. So let's say your VCR, right? If you wanted to take your VCR cassette tape out of your fucking VCR, you needed to go and get a screwdriver, right? A particular screwdriver, so that you could literally unscrew it and take the cassette tape out of it. All you needed to do was to take the cassette tape out of the actual VCR. So money is that tool. Money is the tool to put money is the tool to put food on your table for your family, right? And to live a comfortable life. And sure, you know, people want to sort of like maybe increase their standard of living a bit and whatever else. But the problem is, in today's society, your standard of living is never good enough, because they're consistently telling you that you're a pauper. They're consistently telling you that you are poorer than that guy, so you need to up your standard of living again, right? And our social media just absolutely pushes us in your face the entire time, and it pushes it in all of these young people's face that they're never ever good enough. This is a never ending game. It's an infinite fucking loop all of the time. It doesn't matter. There will always be someone richer than you, and that will never be good enough. Your position will never be good enough, right? The only thing that is enough for you is more. And that's the society that we've built, and that's the society that is currently being wrecked by that ideology, because we actually don't know where the limit is. It's more, which leads to selfishness, which leads to narcissism, which leads to nihilistic ideologies, which leads to depravity at the end of the day, because you feel that you are more privileged, you feel that you are better than everybody else. And when you acquire that level of success, right, everyone else is beneath you, and fuck them. Do you know what I mean? Your humility and your humbleness just completely falls by the wayside, right? Because we have a society that deems it to be the righteous thing, right? You're a good person because you're rich. You're a decent man for a woman because, firstly, you got to be good looking. Secondly, you got to have 6 figures. Thirdly, you've got to have 6 inches, and you got to tick all the fucking check boxes, or else I'm not even gonna fucking look at you, right? It's not even about your personality anymore. And that's a society that's been completely and utterly wrecked. And that is attached to money, sure, right? But money again is literally just the tool, but it's been perverted, right? It's no longer seen as the tool. It's actually seen as the golden calf. So everyone's consistently chasing the fucking golden calf and losing their souls in the process. Anyway, carry on.
Story about a boy named Bren, born March 1990 in the Celtic Welsh ends. We didn't have much, but mum and dad, they made enough to put hot meals on the table, fill our bellies full of love. A little sister fell into the picture. Oh my God, we loved her, made our family richer. Then we both got older, world a little colder. Life, it had a way of chipping away at that shoulder. I held her and I told her.
See, again, again, how Ren writes is unbelievable. Life has a way of chipping away at that shoulder. Fire, very fucking clever. But why does he say like that? Because why does it chip away at that shoulder? Because actually, when we're all born, we're actually born very pure at the end of the day. We all ask a kid what he wants to be, and he wants to be whatever actually benefits people. He wants to be the superhero, right? He wants to be the person that goes out and helps people. I want to be a firefighter. I want to be a policeman. I want to be Superman. I want to be Spider-Man, because they aspire to be great. They actually aspire to be seen as the saviors, right? Then we perverted all of that, right? Because we indoctrinated them into a world where materialism is everything, and you can see it even through the brands, literally even as young as my kid, like 4 years old, right? And already these 30-minute commercials that are playing on TV, and then they go to the stores and all they have is like and it's never ever enough, because at the end of the day, they've got this sequence of toys, and then they'll come up with another theme, and there's more and there's more and then more, and they literally just get sucked into that world where they'll never have enough toys because they don't have the next best thing, and their friend might have the next best thing, essentially. But as you grow up, what he said over there is it's got a way of chipping away at the shoulder. But how does it chip away at the shoulder? Is when you lose your humility, when you actually become, right, you become so arrogant, right, which you have a chip on your fucking shoulder, is when life starts to fucking weigh you down. Because the natural order is always going to set you straight, right? Reality will always fucking win. You can bend the fabric of reality as much as you fucking like, but eventually it's going to snap back, and it's going to snap back in a very hard fucking way. And the moment you have that chip on your shoulder, and the moment you play into those arrogant type of attitudes and things like that, it's like you can get away with it for so long, but eventually reality will snap back, and it's going to put you right back into the natural order, right? Because you're going against the grain too much. Eventually you snap back, and you realize as an adult, when your prefrontal cortex is actually fucking developed, that none of it was fucking worth it, right? And then you start looking at life very differently. Anyway, love the way he wrote that. Chip on the shoulder, meaning arrogance, and chip on the shoulder in terms of you literally having weight on your shoulder, and it's literally chipping away, right? It's your burdens pretty much eroding you, but it comes from a chip on the shoulder as well. Very, very clever, very, very nice way to actually flip that around. Karen.
Hierarchy, status exists. Sometimes the purity of youth gets snatched, leaving you stripped. You'll learn that love is not enough, it's not a world for a kid. So toughen up and buckle up, because it's bumpy as shit. And there'll be those who take advantage of the light in your soul. And there'll be times you feel the cup you're filling leaking with holes. And that dark can get much darker, we all must grow old. But listen up, my little sister, hold these words to your close. Keep that kind heart kind, humankind are in need. Never ever let this world make you bitter like me, because this world needs love, and love it leaks from you, see. Sis, this world needs light, and you're the brightest I see. I see your wings have feather more than ever. Mine were
Goosebumps. I fucking love that Big Brother talk. I've seen it, I've felt it, I've gone through the ringer, I've got the t-shirt. Just listen to me. And you know what? His sister's gonna go through her own pain, she's gonna go through her own strife, and she might take this advice very lightly at the moment. But as she grows up, these words will ring true more and more and more, day by day by day, right? But the one thing you do want, right, is you do want his sister, and you want any child to be grown up tough. They need to be tough. And it's sad that we have to do this, because this is just the way it is, but this is just human nature. You need to grow them up tough. You want that warrior in a garden, and you hope to never get out that garden. But you most certainly do not want a gardener in a war. And that is what we should be. That's how we should be raising our children. Specifically today, okay?
I feather more than ever. Mine were torn by my oppressor. Sickness scorn me, but whatever. By your side we fly together. Give me flight when I could never. A releasing of the pressure, and the pressure makes a diamond. I will shine with you forever. Fuck greed, fuck depression, fuck bullies, fuck the jealous. Fuck every man who made you feel less than a treasure. And fuck a world that makes us feel small. Fuck the forces that divide us. Now's the time to stand tall, because money makes the world go round. Money makes the sick boy sicker somehow. Money gets a man mug punched in his mouth. Money run the gang thug, drug money plow. Money makes open case close. Money bend love, make war, make ghosts. Money gives a poor man hope. Money saves lives, takes lives, money both. Money isn't, money's just that.
Money saves lives and takes lives, 100%, 100%. I'm still waiting for the answer. I've posed this question to so many people, and no one's given me the answer in terms of like, what is the carbon footprint of war? You know, we keep on talking about the carbon footprint of this and the carbon footprint and that, and you know, you shouldn't drive this, and we should shut down all the coal plants because that's bad for the planet, and we should this and this and this. Okay, fine, no problem. What is the carbon footprint of fucking war? Why is war never in the conversation of global warming ever? Why? I don't know. Maybe because it's profitable. Maybe. I don't know. What's the carbon footprint? What are the stats? What are the stats? What are the stats on global warming when coming to war? What does a tank and shells and artillery and jets and all that kind of thing? What is the statistics behind that when coming to climate change? You never hear those stats. You hear about fucking pizza ovens and cows. That's when you know we've literally descended into the most deluded society there could ever be. When we start saying that cows are now a fucking danger to the planet. It's actually, it's beyond me. But we never talk about it in what is an F-35 and an Abrams tank and artillery and all that kind of shit. How does that affect the climate? Give me the stats, someone. Anyway, carry on.
It's money both, money isn't, money's just that. Money's just a concept, people are trying. Tax up the poor man, feed up the fat. Money's just cash. Take money, take money, take money, take. Fake money, fake money, fake money, fake. Money ties, ayy.
And the funniest thing, I love that he's saying that, because the funniest thing is that it's all fake. Everything is fake. Your social media is fake. Your social influencers are fake. Your politicians are fake. Your money is fake. Your fucking stock markets are fake. Absolutely everything. They play hot potato with your fucking money and they just pass it around and they get fucking rich and you just get fucking poorer. And then they give you fucking crumbs and you're happy to take the crumbs, like the fucking, what were the checks for the COVID that they gave around? I warned people. It was on my channel. Go find the video where I warned people about this. They're going to give you fucking money and you're going to sit there and you're going to be, oh, thank you for my $1,400 check. That's amazing that the government's doing that. Woohoo, great them, no problem. Inflation fucking hits, you paid it back 10 times over. They're fucking with you. It's a literally hot potato. Everything is fake. Every single thing is fake. There is nothing authentic today anymore. Your money's fake, your currencies are fake, your fiat currency is fake, your fucking social media is fake, your fucking stock markets are fake, your everything is fucking fake today. There's nothing that can be trusted, right? And no one to actually do the due diligence in the correct way, outside of their biases and outside of their leanings, their political leanings, to actually just give you things the way that they fucking are. They don't do that anymore, right? Everything's connected to a side. You're either left or right. You're on this pigeonhole or that pigeonhole, and everything needs to be constructed within that. Because God forbid that you actually take a fucking centrist, logical, rational perspective. God forbid that your fucking tribe isn't caressed at every fucking point. That you don't circle jerk all the fucking people in your own corner all of the time. God forbid. God forbid you call out your own fucking house for a change. God forbid. Carry on.
Money ties, ayy. Money lies, money lies, money lies.
Fire fucking track. Fire fucking track, man. Absolutely fantastic. Not even surprised. It's Ren. Peace.